What's going on, guys? It's John here from Hot Take Hockey. I just wanted to make a video. Honestly, if you're here, I'd love if you join the channel, subscribe. Honestly, you can hit a like if you'd like, but honestly, just to focus on this video, um, there's no bias here. The Blues, Bruins, Stanley Cup Final, Game 5. Blues win 2-1. Very happy for the Blues fans. Congrats. Unreal. Honestly, if the Blues win their first ever Stanley Cup, I will be ecstatic. I will be very happy. But on the Bruins side of things, I have to put myself in the Bruins' shoes of whether it's the players, the fans, organization. They got screwed tonight. Making this video after, and maybe I should have gone by the 24-hour rule, but honestly, again, I have no bias, and I just see it, and I call it how I see it. So whether it was, again, calls have been all over the place, whether it's throughout the playoffs, the series, San Jose Gold Knights, whatever it is. I thought the Krug getting hit high from Sanford, I thought that was a little risky. There was a couple hits that were a little risky on both sides. That's the one that stands out for me. Bruce Cassidy talked about the high head hits, the league trying to take that out. You know what? They went down tonight. Marchand was doing a couple sneaky things as well, the hip check, whatever it was. End of the second period, Blues up 1-0. Krug bound for the puck, and Sundqvist holding his stick, and the Blues get an opportunity. Pietrangelo fakes out Rask out of his net, wide open net, and Krejci saves the day. Honestly, if that went in, people would have lost it. Obviously, people are losing it anyways. You see where I'm going in this direction. So, honestly, the refs got saved a bit. I think that was a very big missed call. And then the third period, Blues still up 1-0. Acciari going towards the boards. Bozak obviously trying to play the puck. And his contact goes right through the legs of Acciari, and he actually falls back very hard, hitting his head on the ice. Play continues. Perron, it looked like he was just putting it in front, off inside of the pad of Rask, in the net. Blues go up 2-0. Final score was 2-1. So that second goal, a goal that it should have been a tripping on Bozak, ends up being the winner for the Blues to win Game 5 and go up 3-2 in the series. My thoughts, instantly, sorry if this is dragging out, I just want to show emotion to you guys because I think, honestly, I'm from Toronto. I grew up being a Leafs fan, to give you guys a little bit of context so you guys aren't just ripping me a new one. This is just straight out saying this should have been a game where the Bruins were given an opportunity to tie it in a one-goal game and it possibly go into overtime. That wasn't given. The Blues scored a second goal, and yes, things happen sometimes, and honestly, I think in terms of influence, the Sharks Golden Knights one was a lot worse, but this one ends up being as bad, if not worse in the overall sense, because it is the Stanley Cup Final, and it is a game where it's putting a team one win away from the Stanley Cup. So my thoughts, and just hearing the players, it should have been a penalty. I think there's not much you can do at this point. The league left the refs behind that obviously made some mistakes, didn't officiate as well as others. In this game, at this point, you could go with other guys. And I don't know who was in the end. I don't know if it was Kelly Sutherland or not. But at the end of the day, we talked about it. A lot of people have talked about it, that especially there being a ref who wasn't in this game from Boston, that there would possibly be some bias towards the Bruins in the Stanley Cup Final. Now, Blues fans are getting a piece of, or are getting a lot of negativity, or the Blues are getting a lot of negativity for taking this win, but I just wanted to make a video to talk about it. I do believe it's a trip. I think the officiating has been very poor overall. I think there's been some games, honestly, so far in the series, it hasn't been that bad. I think there's been calls on both sides. I think there has been missed calls, guys, but I think for the most part, it's been missed calls on both sides. I think it's been pretty fair. Until this game, I think the Bruins got finessed in the second half, and I think they avoided some, again, back to the hold of the stick on Krug. That could have been easily a 2-0 Blues lead. It wasn't. Krejci slid in behind the net. So, I don't know. Overall, I guess the point of this video overall is just, NHL needs to be better. Officiating needs to be better. I thought looking at a play like that, Sundqvist on Krug. I thought that would have made them more aware. You got to act quickly. I know it's a hard game, but it wasn't like in that scenario where it was like not visual. It was Acciari falling hard back onto his head, and there was time to make a call. There wasn't a rush. The goal was scored about like 20 seconds later, 15, 20 seconds later, whatever it was. Again, guys, I'm not looking at the exact time. I don't have the exact time on me, but the point of the video is just, yeah, officiating NHL needs to be better. Now the Bruins need to do what they did against the Leafs. They need to win 2 straight, 1 in St. Louis, and then go back home and win it. For the Blues, honestly, again, I'm very happy for the Blues. Again, maybe I'm not showing it. I have a little bit of a smile on my face, but for the St. Louis Blues, I would be really happy. I'm pissed off now. Also, to make the point, I'm pissed off now also because if the Blues win the Stanley Cup, the narrative's not going to be that the Blues won. I mean, it will be for some people and for Blues fans, not that the Blues won their first ever Stanley Cup, but that they cheated their way into winning it. And a lot of people are going to say that. It's stupid, yes, but now that's going to go down. And it was the same thing with the Sharks. The Sharks, through the next 2 rounds, people were saying the San Jose Sharks shouldn't be there. The Sharks should have no, they should have no respect, stuff like that. And again, is the Sharks' fault? No. The officiating, missing something, and it costing the other team big time. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, if you want to subscribe, I'd love for you to grow. To grow with us. The community is growing here on Hot Take Hockey, the channel. I want it to keep going, and if you could drop a like on this video so other people can share their opinions on the situation, on the NHL, on the officiating throughout the playoffs. Every like counts to get it throughout YouTube, and we want a lot of opinions in the comment section. So if you are watching, leave your comment in the comment section, your thoughts on it. If you believe that it was a missed call, what you think about the overall officiating, maybe even in the series, if you feel like it's been fair or not. Again, my thoughts coming up into this game, I don't think it's been horrible in terms of advantage on either side. I think there's been quite a few missed calls, but overall I can't actually stick out and say, oh, this team's been getting blessed more or something like that, right? I think in this game, it got a little different. So again, thank you. Subscribe, like, and comment. This was John from Hot Take Hockey. Have a good one. Peace out.